Hi, hi, hi. I wanted to just jump in here super quick and talk to you a little bit about how to surround yourself with positive people. I get a lot of feedback on how it seems like I'm positive all the time, and people assume that everything's always going right in my life. I can guarantee you that that's so not the case. But I'm Suzanne Castle, and I run a group called the Sparkle Factor, which is all about elevating your life to joy, no matter what's going on, and not staying stuck as the solution to the end all be all of what's happening in your life. And so it came to mind that maybe I needed to share a little bit about how I choose to show up in the world. And you know, I think one of the things that we miss when we were trying to gain positive energy in our life is to surround ourselves with positive people. It's really an obvious step that a lot of people miss when they're trying to figure out how to show up as a more centered, happy person in the world. I want you to think about it with me for just a minute. If you're surrounded by a lot of negative thinking people, and oh my gosh, aren't they everywhere right now? Just turn on the TV, right? Turn on social media. It's pretty hard for you to begin to get rid of negative thought patterns because you just slip into that same space with them. Studies have shown that we tend to think and act like five people that we spend the most time around. And I know you've heard that before, but it is truly shocking when you think about, am I happy? Am I showing up as a positive person no matter what's going on in my life? And sometimes I say to people, well, maybe you've got some relationships in your life that are really dragging on you, that are allowing you to stay in this kind of stuck, dismal state. Because as human beings, we tend to be consensus builders. Social media right now and the news cycle, the political news cycle in America will tell you right now that that's not the case. We're all about hate and anger. But as a species, typically we tend to be consensus builders. We don't really like to rock the boat. So we act like the people that are around us. And so I would like to offer to you to not make your journey harder, your positivity journey, that is, by surrounding yourself with negative people. Instead, there are ways to make it easier. And one of those ways is literally to surround yourself with positive people because their positivity begins to reinforce your own and it will allow you to grow that much quicker. So, let me give you a couple of hints on how to surround yourself with those kinds of people who will help bring out your full potential. I want to share with you that the first thing that you need to realize is that you have to let toxic people go, and you must focus on healthy relationships. Now, I know it's sometimes easier to say than actually do, but you need to do the hard work of that step because when you have toxic people in your life, you will never be as positive as you possibly can be. This one writer, Karen Salmonson, she said that sometimes it's better to end something and try to start something now than imprison yourself in hoping for the impossible. Imagine that, right? Sometimes you really just aren't going to get the closure that you want. And so you have to decide, I am breaking free and I'm going to move on in this moment. No one loves that. I get that. No one wants me to share that with them. I don't get booked on large stages to go, hey, get rid of your toxicity. And if you're not going to do that, you're basically staying in toxic jail. But it doesn't make it any less true. So many people are walking around hoping for that great apology that they're just holding on, they're waiting on. They're waiting on closure to finally move on. Some kind of reconciliation that will make everything right. That this person realizes that they were wrong and they want to share that, yes, I treated you so badly. I fired you when I shouldn't have. I should have let you have power in the situation. And they're waiting for someone or something to wish them the best and that they just want them to be happy. And that would be wonderful if it's true, but sadly this is not how things go in the real world, and then you just allow yourself to be hurt more than ever. So you need to learn to do closure on your own, to focus your energies with positive people in your lives, and that is literally the healthiest tip that I can give you that you can make for yourself when you're trying to surround yourself with positive people. So here are some things that you want to look for. One, you want to look for those people that are your cheerleaders. So these are people that aren't jealous by your success. In fact, they're behind you. They're trumpeting you on social media. How many of you really want somebody to share something you're doing, but maybe you're not doing that same for them, right? You need to do like versus like. So if you want something from someone, you need to show up as that person in their life if you're looking for that in your own. We only have control of ourselves and our own desire for growth and change. And part of that is deciding the kind of person that we want to be, that we want to attract to ourselves, how we're going to show up for someone else, and the positive impact that we're going to allow in ourselves. So, no matter how much you think someone needs to change outside this circle, they will need to adjust their own behavior, to which I say, and so do you. So, if you're not surrounded by positive people, you need to do some deep internal work and figure out that maybe you have a self destructive pattern. Maybe you're keeping them in their lives because they do fill up some kind of negative void inside you. But you deserve better treatment than that. So, I think it's time that you need to do that. So, find people who will not be jealous of your success. Find people who won't abandon you in your time of need. Find people that will let you have your moment in the sun and not try to one up you, okay? They're not going to tear you down. They are just so excited. They build you up, they encourage you, and they celebrate your success. They will do that without sabotaging it. And that is something I see all the time. We allow ourselves to be sabotaged because we're like, oh, well, it's okay. They needed to do that. No, they don't need to do that. They need to support you. So, really do some work with yourself to find out if it's acceptable, if what you're asking from your friends is acceptable, if they're showing up in the way that they want. The deal is we have to give permission and we have to give boundaries to people to let them know what we expect from them. So, that's the first thing that you kind of need to do is address the toxicity and make sure that you've got cheerleaders in your life. And now that you've done that, I would say that you need to be living in a world where you allow positive people in your life, allow unlimited support. So, how are you keeping good company? What have you done today to surround yourself with a positive person? Are you allowing people to come alongside you? Are you sharing life? Are you sending them little notes in the mail? Because those kinds of things show other people how to show up for you. So, whatever you're allowing in your brain, whatever you're allowing in your heart is literally going to be manifested out in your actions. So, if you're not happy with the way things are going, I would say take some time to figure that out and to align yourself in a better way with positive people. So, I call them my sparkle squad, and it's people that I admire, that I love reading their things, that I feel better after a conversation, even if it's over a text. If I feel crummy after lots of encounters, not just one or two, because everybody has a bad day, I start making a note that I'm not sure that person needs to be in my squad of people that I rely on to lift me up and keep me focused in my positive space. I hope this brief 8-minute training has been helpful to you. If you have a tip that you use to help surround yourself with positivity, I'd love for you to drop it below. Keep following all the good tips that I know that you guys will offer and share to one another. And please, for your own sake, make sure you've got someone around you that loves you, that lifts you, and that really only wants the best for you. I'm Suzanne Castle of the Sparkle Squad, and I will see you again tomorrow. Take care.